everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do the 7 deadly sins beauty tag. I'm going to specifically make it a makeup tag because I'm going to go through all of the 7 items that I'm going to be talking about today, put them on my face. Obviously I'm going to put a little bit more on my face because I need more than just 7 items. But we're going to go through this. Again, I said I found a bunch of tags that I wanted to do on my channel, and I'm gonna do it, so let's get started. I will link in my description where I got this idea from. It's a tag from a few years ago, and then what also like the tag is, and I might tag some people to do it if they want to, but we're just gonna do a little get ready with me with all of these items, and we're gonna do with the 7 deadly sins. So we're gonna start with gluttony. I've already primed my face, and gluttony, I'm picking a foundation, and the tag is, what beauty brand do you have the most of in your collection? And I want to say Colourpop, and it's really because of the eyeshadow palettes that I have. Not so much like the actual face products anymore, cheap products. I did get through quite a bit, or I decluttered some of those. I also had some lip items which I still have, but then I've also decluttered others as well. So I would say in general, definitely Colourpop. I've gone absolutely mad buying eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop in the last few years, and I have definitely slowed down at this point. Like everyone, it's just impossible to keep up. But I'm going to go into my Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer Foundation. I haven't used this in a while, and I was trying to work on it, I guess, last year, and doing pretty well. And we're just gonna go in with some foundation. But yeah, I would say absolutely Colourpop just flooded my, oops, that literally flew. Colourpop flooded my inventory numbers, and that's a reason why I kind of want to start looking at other brands. I mean, obviously I have other brands already in my collection, but I really want to get away from this like mainstream fast fashion / makeup brands like Fash Beauty or Fash Makeup or whatever you want to call it, because that's literally what Colourpop is. It's what Primark is. It's what I would probably say a lot of Essence and Catrice and all that, even though I am buying more from Essence and Catrice because it's more accessible here. In Portugal, in England, you really don't see much of it. You definitely don't see Catrice anywhere, but you see a tiny bit of Essence, and that's about it. So yeah, I think I'm all about, you know, wanting to give back to smaller beauty brands, indie brands, try them out, because I think the formula is really good and fun and interesting. The color stories, there's a lot more like risky color stories out there. But yeah, Colourpop is definitely the one brand that is still very prominent in my collection. And I don't mind it. I mean, it's fine. I think Colourpop actually has decent quality and has really nice, beautiful palettes. And then they have some that are not so nice. So, you know, it kind of goes 2 ways. All right, I did go in with a little bit of concealer because that is not part of my 7 deadly sins. Okay, so next up is Lust, and this is a beauty product that is on the top of your list. So for me, this is an item that I'm really, really enjoying right now. I can't get enough of. I use it every single day, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I'm sorry, I really love this. I know it's so expensive. It's ridiculously expensive, but it's just like the perfect color for me. It is probably a contour color at this point, but I don't care. I absolutely think this is such a good shade match just for me and what I prefer. And it's creamy, it just blends so easily, and this is just something that I didn't really lust after. I definitely, when it came out, I definitely knew that I wanted it, but I don't think I lusted. I just thought, okay, I'm definitely going to try that because that looks like something I want to try. But now that I have it, it's definitely in the lust category. I don't even want to use anything else other than this. And I also want to hit pan, so that's another reason why I'm using it so much, but I definitely want to hit pan as well. I've actually already worn makeup today, but I'm redoing it because we're going to go out later, and the makeup that I had wasn't going to go with my plans. I mean, it was just a little bit too much. I actually filmed a short. I don't know if I even posted, to be honest, but I filmed a short with it. But yeah, it was just using all of my Pan Nose eyeshadows, and there was a lot of orange, and it's just, and some green, and it just looked quite Halloween-y. There's a little purple, and those are unfortunately my Pan Nose eyeshadow colors. I think by the time you see this video though, I would have already done my update, and I think I do, or I plan to roll out some shades just because I'm struggling with that. But anyway, yeah, this is my second look of the day because we're going out for dinner. We don't go out to dinner that much, but we're going to go out to dinner because it is Mother's Day in Portugal on Sunday. So we're going to, you know, we don't want to go when everyone else goes out. So we're going to go a little bit earlier, a few days earlier, for Mother's Day. I already like celebrated Mother's Day for the UK because that's much earlier in the year. And obviously I'm English, but because we're in Portugal and my son, I think he was like, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently he's like creating something from school for me, which I think is really cute. So obviously we're going to be celebrating it again, which is kind of cool because I get to have 2 Mother's Days. And I think the US as well is different, or maybe the US is the same in Portugal, I'm not sure, but I might end up having 3 Mother's Days. Okay, next up we're going to go into eyeshadow because I want to do my eyeshadow, and we're going to go into Greed. So what's the most expensive makeup item that you have? For me, it probably isn't as expensive as maybe some others because I know a lot of people like to buy a lot of expensive makeup. And I do have a few pieces here and there that are pretty pricey. I would say all of my Charlotte Tilbury are overpriced and very expensive. I've got the Bobbi Brown face base as well, which I almost picked. But I thought at the end of the day, I think in terms of the most I've spent on an item, it actually was between the Bobbi Brown and this one. So this is the Natasha Denona palette, the Retro palette. And I think this is definitely the most expensive palette I've ever bought, and I did not get it on sale or anything like that. So, or maybe I did, I don't recall. Hopefully I did, but it's very, very expensive, this. And I think that it's really pretty, but I think it's very expensive for what you get. I think at the end of the day, it's far too expensive for what you actually get. And I was looking at some Pat McGrath palettes, and the only reason I have not even touched any brand that is that priced is because it's just so expensive. And I saw one of her palettes for like 98 euros and I thought, oh, that's cheap. And in my mind, I was thinking, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's just because all her palettes are usually like 140, 150. So 98 sounds like a good idea, but that's 98 euros. No, no, no. I'm not going to buy that on some eyeshadow, which I've actually swatched in store and I didn't even think it was very nice. Anyway, so we're gonna go in with the Natasha Denona Retro. I really do like this palette. I haven't used it in a really, really long time. And obviously it's got some cream shadows, so I'm hoping that I get some more use out of it this year because I obviously did use it a little bit last year, but it definitely has been neglected for a while. So as always, typical Gabby fashion, I have no idea what type of eyeshadow I want to do, but you know, since we're going out, I think I want to keep it pretty, I would say, and something I can wear anywhere. I'm gonna go in with Mode and just put this sort of white base all over. What's your most expensive item? I want to know, because sometimes, you know, we end up like justifying it to ourselves. Oh, you know, it's only 98 euros, something like that. Oh, it was on sale for 20%, but then, you know, 20% is really nothing. So when you say things like that, I got 20% off, unless it's a very expensive item, you don't end up really getting that much off. It's only double 10%, 10% is nothing. You know, it really isn't anything. And I think it's funny that we all sort of just do that to ourselves. Or we buy lots of small little things that adds up to quite a big amount, but because you're buying cheaper items, you're like, oh, but it was only like £5, or it was only £10, it was only like 15, you know? And then when you add it all up, it's like 200, you know, something like that. I don't know, it's funny how, I don't know, as a like consumer, I'm very much like that, and I get in my way, and I window shop. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy, I'm not gonna buy. And then I close the tab, do something else. Next day, I look at everything I put, I'm like, no, I don't want that, no, I don't want that. And then I re-add stuff to my basket, and I go into all of these different retail sites, and I end up not buying. And then, on the spur of the moment, randomly, I will click buy, and I'm like, oh shit, oh no, what have I done? I've actually just gone and bought that. So yeah, I'm not perfect by any means. I'm trying to do that beauty bank, but I've definitely gone off the rails. This last month, I bought more stuff this month, and yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm not going to be hard on myself because honestly at the end of the day it's some makeup, and if I can justify it to myself in terms of if I can afford it and it makes me happy, it brings me a little bit of joy, then fine, whatever. You know, I do like the fact that I work through all my makeup and everything like that, so in a sense I kind of justify it like that to myself, but at the end of the day I don't need all this stuff and it's just filling a void in my life, I guess, that I need to resolve. Okay, that's all I've done. I need to do more because I'm talking far too much. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I haven't done a mauve look in a while. I think I'm gonna go into Go-Go. Go-Go, and let's have a look. Let's just, actually this is the wrong brush for that. Pick a clean brush, shall we? I'm running out of brushes. This is definitely the wrong type of brush, but we're gonna use it. Ooh. Yeah, even, you know, Angelica Nickfitz launched her brush sets. I thought, oh, I'll buy that, and then I looked at the price. I was like, oh, that's pretty pricey. Like, I'm pretty cheap with my brushes. My brushes are really, really cheap. Like, I am not that fussy, and maybe I should invest in a decent brush set. I mean, I have a few Own's Eye, which are pretty decent. I have some BH Cosmetics, but other than that, I think everything else is like super, super cheap. And maybe, you know, if I invested in a better brush set, I would do better with my eyes, but do I really need to? And I just thought, oh, you know, I think it's great that she has her own brand, but it was like 50 something for 5 brushes, and to me, I think I'm just a little bit cheap. I think that's just too expensive. I don't know, I'd rather get like 10 brushes at least for that price or more. But I think good on her. I think they look pretty, and hopefully it's a success for her, because I do quite like her. But yeah, just things like that you have to like kind of talk yourself out of sometimes, because you're like, hold on a minute, why are you gonna spend that if you can just save that money? You don't need that stuff. So yeah, I don't know, expensive beauty items, it's hard sometimes to talk yourself out of. But you know, it gets to us all, right? And I think we all just do our best. I'm gonna go into Amara. This has just been really pleasant to use. I obviously like this palette, but I just haven't used it in so long, so it's really nice to just get reacquainted with it. And I just don't want to do anything too extreme, so I think I'm just gonna deepen it out here, and then I'll put some shimmer and call it a day. I do not need to be wearing some crazy eyeshadow right now, especially because it's quite hot and my eyeshadow just is like just disappearing on me quite a bit because of the heat. And I have to remember that. Gosh, there's so much like creasing. I think it's my lids. There is just so much creasing on my lids I've noticed these days. It's just like, why are my lids so crinkly? I don't like it. 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 Wait, I'm gonna go in with Glitz. I think this is so pretty, this shade. I'm just gonna put that over and just keep this very soft. But yeah, I think this is like £60. I think it's actually even gone up in price, if I'm not mistaken. And they rarely are on sale from what I can see. Only the ones that don't do very well are ever on sale. Oh, and I saw one of the £5, or was it the £4? I think it was the £5, the Love palette, which is like all pinks. And that's on sale for €11 on one of these websites. And last night I was like, oh, I'll buy it. It's Natasha Nadona. It's €11. And then I thought, no, I don't like those colors. I don't need that. Why am I going to buy that? It's €11 that I'm going to waste on makeup I'm not going to use. So thankfully I did not go ahead with it. But oh my gosh, I think I just need to stay away from these things. I need to stay away. I need to not look at it and then just be like, you know what, you don't need it, don't buy it. So let's go into blush. So the next one is called Wrath. Obviously we all have a little wrath in us. I do get angry from time to time. I am a little bit of a hothead. And this is an item that you have a love-hate relationship with. There were quite a lot that I could pick from, but I was trying to do like a full face of this, so I thought, okay, let's like make it make sense for the video. And I'm gonna pick the Pore Loose Powder Blush. I think this is actually really pretty. I really like the color. I almost decluttered it, but I have not yet. I just hate the fact that I have to apply it as a loose powder. I just think it's a faff. It gets everywhere. It's messy. There is like a sifter, but it doesn't really stop much. So for me, I kind of hate the product, but I love it because it's pretty, if that makes sense. It's also my only mauve blush left in my collection. So yeah, sometimes I need a mauve. So I think for today's look, it kind of works with a mauve. So I'm just going to try to make sure I don't make a mess. Can you see how much product is there? That is ridiculous. That you can't even see the sifter because there's all the product is above it. It's just crazy. Right, so I don't remember the best way to do this. I'm just gonna go in with my brush. Here goes nothing. You see this? You see? How do you stop it from being too much? And I'm not picking like the best brush, but all of my other brushes are mostly coral. So this one was clean, but still, like, look at this. This is a crazy amount. I need to like buff it out a bit. Well, I've definitely put way too much on. I do not like to have this much blush, so I'm gonna have to go in. You see, this is why I hate it, because I can't control the amount that I'm putting on. I can't control it. So you can see how I can get angry with this product, right? You can see that. But I can't declutter it yet. I haven't been able to declutter it yet. So that's rough. So next up is Sloth. So what's a product that you don't use because you're simply lazy? This could be a lot, but I'm going to pick a lip liner. I just don't use them. I'm pretty lazy. I could use them. I have 4 of them. And whenever I do use them, I need to sharpen this one. Whenever I do use them, I do enjoy how it looks. I enjoy it, but I'm lazy. I don't go and grab it. I just don't think about it. All right, I have sharpened. This is the BH Cosmetics Waterproof Lip Liner in the shade Earth. Now, I think this is all right. Haven't used this in a while. I do like the NYX ones that I bought, so if I do go into a use a lip liner, I'm going to use my NYX one, so I thought I'll grab this one because I haven't used it in a while. Alright, I'm just going to put that much on. I'm not going to, I mean, I filled it in a little bit, but not too much. Alright, so I just went in with my Beauty Bay matte lipstick in the shade T. These kind of like match perfectly. Alright, next up is Pride. So what is a beauty item that makes you feel confident or good in yourself? And me, it is always mascara. I've said this multiple times. So I'm going to go into this mascara. This is the W7 Lash-tastic. I've just opened this up a couple days ago. It's definitely not my favorite mascara, but I don't want to open up a new mascara since I just opened this one up. So we're going to go in with this. But yeah, it does make me feel confident. When I have mascara on, I feel like I'm ready to take on the world. I don't even need to have anything else on. It just kind of opens my eyes and it adds a little bit of like darkness. Obviously I use like black mascara. I have used brown mascara, but it's never been something that I've enjoyed. I just like the way that it adds more definition. Oh my god, I just made a mess. Oh my god, I just made a mess. Just made a mess. I love how it adds definition to my eyes, but I don't love it when it goes everywhere. I hate this wand. This wand is enormous. This is enormous. I don't like it. W7, what are you doing? This is no good. No good for me. No good for me. And I don't think it does anything with my lashes either. It doesn't add volume. It doesn't add length. It just coats them, but it doesn't really make them look better, which is what I'm after. Like, that's all a mascara needs to do. Just make my lashes look a little bit better because I have very small lashes. I don't know why I have very small lashes, but I do. I wish I had really long, beautiful lashes, but that's just not how life treated me. Oh my gosh. Why is there so much mascara here? How annoying. How annoying. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave the mess because that's just how it's gonna go. Look, I can like see myself. I think because I'm also blind, like I can't like see myself in the viewfinder, but I can because I've got mascara and I can like see my eyes now. So I don't know, it just gives me a little bit of boost of confidence when I've got mascara on, regardless if I look good or not. That's what it does. And then last but not least is kind of a silly one, really, to be fair, but it is lust. And so what is a makeup item that other people do, or like makeup like sort of style or a product or whatever that other people use or do that works for them but doesn't work for you? Now, this could be a lot of things because a lot of things don't work for me, but as always, I don't do anything with my eyebrows, and everybody does everything with their eyebrows these days, and I just think it always works for them. It doesn't work for me. I don't like the way it looks, but we're gonna go in with an eyebrow pen and we're gonna do my eyebrows. I'm not gonna do too much, but this is like something that people do. Everybody does, and I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna fill in a little bit of the gaps, but yeah, it's just not something that I want to do. I don't like I don't like how it looks. It just makes my eyebrows look bushier and bigger, and they're already pretty bushy and big, and I don't like it. So this is not something that I envy, but I couldn't really think of anything else. Like yeah, I could do like winged liner and all that stuff, but I do not want to do the winged liner today. Yeah, see, they're so dark right now. They're so dark. You might like them. You see, you might like this. You might be like, oh, but they, you know, this actually suits you. You should do this more often. But see, now I feel like I need to brush them. Yeah, see, now I need to brush them. I never do this. Should I do gel? I could do gel. Should I do gel? They're definitely not twins. I know everyone says that, but some people have beautiful eyebrows and they're very similar to each other. Mine are definitely not. I plucked the living life out of my eyebrows when I was a teenager. They were so incredibly thin, and I spent my time at university basically growing it out. And I didn't pluck my eyebrows for like a year just to grow them out. I mean, I plucked like to keep it a little bit even, like what I do right now, but I just let them grow and grow and grow. They got really big, but I'm so glad I did because I almost ruined them when I was a teenager. And you know, that hair does not grow back. It doesn't, you know, they're not how they used to be. For good and worse. I mean, I had a little bit of hair, so I had to do a little bit of something. I am Greek after all, so I do have that going for me. But yeah, I don't know. Is this what I should be doing? You tell me if this is better. If I should do my eyebrows more often. I mean, maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I look different. I definitely look a bit different. I don't quite get it. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I think I used everything. I went through all of the 7 deadly sins. I did. So yeah, that is the video. I had a lot of fun. This was actually kind of fun to do because I kind of planned which items I was going to use beforehand. Usually when I just do these get ready with me, I just grab and choose what I want. It was nice going into the Natasha Denona palette because I haven't used that in a very long time. And I feel like I could leave the house looking like this. It's fine. It's kind of romantic. So I might put a nice top on or something like that. But yeah, thank you for sticking around. If you do this video, please let me know. I think it'd be a lot of fun, but otherwise, you know, I might continue doing these little tags. It's just fun for me to do. And sometimes I feel like I don't want to talk about myself when I do a get ready with me, or it's a little bit dull, or I talk about the same thing, which I probably have today, but that's why I want to do like a little bit of a theme. And I just cannot think of my own things because my brain is fried right now. So I'm just stealing from old creators, but hopefully, you know, crediting them in my description. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.